This is Amir Tsarfati. I'm live from Galilee. You might hear in the background some sounds of F-16s. They're taking off and landing the whole time. I'm going to wait for a few minutes or seconds and see that you guys are connecting. And I want to give you an update on what's going on here in Israel. So again, I'll wait for a few more seconds to see that you guys are connecting, and I'm going to give you an update, a very important one. Again, if the sirens will go off, I'm going to have to cut it short and run into the bomb shelter, which is where we were today already. But let me wait again a few more seconds. Let's see where you guys are from. Just tell me where you're from. I see people from the Philippines. Where else do we have people here? Please write down where you guys are from, okay? Country, state or country. Tampa, Florida is in the house. I can see that. Who else is in the house? I see California is in the house. Wow, Tunisia. Amazing. Okay, Missouri is in the house. Okay, the F-16s just took off. They're heading south right now. I'll wait a few seconds so you can hear me. You just heard the takeoff of a few more F-16s, and this is what we have all day long. So folks, just a short update on what is going on. Today we had incidents from both Gaza and Lebanon, nothing from Syria today. Probably the Israeli airstrike yesterday on the airports of Damascus and Aleppo made their effect. This update is just to let you know that Israel is getting ready for the second phase, which is the ground maneuver. What we did is that we gave the 1.1 million Gazans, we gave them an ultimatum to clear the northern part of Gaza Strip and move to the south. And I think on Telegram I posted a map that can show you what it's all about. And the reason we did that is because we want to start a ground maneuver in northern Gaza without hurting civilians. We want to roll in with our tanks and take care of terrorists, take care of terrorist infrastructure, destroy terror tunnels, destroy their weapons, destroy their infrastructures, everything. And in order to do that, we are calling civilians. We dropped probably millions of flyers and leaflets from the air. And again, you can see that on my Telegram channel. We dropped them. We warned the civilians to leave because, and they have 40 minutes left, I think. Yeah, 40 minutes left before we are going to start something. Now watch this. Last night was the craziest night in the history of the Gaza Strip. we dropped more bombs and we destroyed more terror infrastructures and tunnels and so much more. And the reason is we're using the new weapon that we just got with the bunker busters that penetrate much deeper and destroy terror tunnels. And what we did last night is nothing compares to what we're about to do tonight, because tonight is kind of we're coming to the end of the phase of softening the ground from the air, and then we're getting ready for the ground maneuver. It's not easy to get 390,000 soldiers, reservist soldiers, to draft them, to give them all the weapons and get them back to their units, and to sit with all the commanders and go through the operational plan for what is expected. So these things take time. It takes days, and that's exactly what we do. We are grouping, we are getting ready, we are making all the necessary arrangements for a massive land invasion into Gaza to clear the whole place from Hamas and all the other terror organizations. Now, today we released more footage of the carnage that took place. I also posted a lot of testimonials of things that took place. I also posted a few videos, and it's all on Telegram. I hope you all guys understand I cannot share this information on social media such as Facebook, YouTube, and all of that, because they will flag me and censor me and maybe even block these channels. So this is exactly why I started Telegram channel, and thankfully today we crossed the 400,000 subscribers, which means more and more people find it as a great source of news and information. Now, why is it that I wanted to come live and report is that the spokesman of the Israeli military just confirmed about 10 minutes ago that throughout the night, Israel special forces already raided targets inside Gaza. And I'm talking about special forces, ground forces. These are, our Navy SEALs and our Delta Force, they raided some targets inside Gaza Strip for two purposes. One, to destroy terrorist infrastructures, but two is to collect information about the whereabouts of our kidnapped people. We're talking about Israel is estimating about 160 people that are held in the hands of Hamas. I think that some of them are just dead bodies of soldiers, and maybe even dead bodies of people that they are already killed while torturing, because that's what they do. More and more testimonies are coming of you can go to my Telegram and see a footage from the interrogation of one of them, and you can see what he himself is saying that they were instructed to do and what they came to do. He confessed that we came to kill as many women, children, old and young, soldiers and civilians, and he even emphasized the fact that the women were supposed to be raped. This is an order they were instructed to do, and they call it, we needed to make them dirty. That's the word they're using. It's like desecrate them. More and more officials are coming. I'm talking about the U.S. Defense Minister that arrived, General Lloyd Austin. The Commissioner of the European Union has arrived, together with the President of the European Council, and they were all condemning unequivocally the terror acts. However, and what I'm afraid of, is that they say that Hamas does not represent the Palestinians. And I want to tell you something. Hamas represent them. They voted for Hamas in Gaza, and if there were elections right now in the West Bank, they would have voted Hamas as well. Make no mistake, there is no distinction between Palestinians in East Jerusalem, in West Bank, or in Gaza. It's people who voted for Hamas, and it's people who will vote for Hamas at any given time. And so any attempt to kind of say that Hamas does not represent the Palestinians is a joke, because actually if there is one organization that represents them more than any other, is Hamas. Now, so as I said, raids of special forces of Israel inside Gaza to collect information on the abductees. U.S. special forces are already in Israel. We know, and I reported that on Telegram, both Delta Force and the Navy SEALs of the United States are here. And I think they are waiting for the instruction from the U.S. government to take part of any special raid, because America has quite a few abductees and quite a few people, at least 17 Americans were killed also in this whole thing. So again, Israel had quite a few incidents from the northern border, from Lebanon with Hezbollah. We had a lot of stuff going on in the south, but tonight is the night that Israel is going to assume that northern Gaza is no longer inhabited by civilians. Israel is going to bomb as if there is no one there, besides terrorists, of course. And that will, of course, expedite the ground incursion that is a matter of days only. Look, we in Israel, let me tell you the notion in Israel, okay? And you need to understand that, because if you don't understand that, you don't understand how we feel right now. In most of the media sources, Hamas is called Nazis. In other words, when there is an incident, for example, a terrorist was killed, the media is reporting a Nazi was killed. I mean, we're already using this language. And why is it that we do that? It's because the atrocities that were done last Saturday cannot be compared to anything we've ever had besides maybe the Holocaust. This is why we consider this our second Holocaust. And this is exactly why, for us, only when we call them Nazis, we can justify in our minds, in our brains, what we're doing right now. You know, for years, they've been feeding us with the Palestinians wants peace, the Palestinians wants to live next to you, the Palestinians want they want just a self-determination. All of this, excuse me for my French, all of this crap they fed us all those years. We're done with that. The nation of Israel right now, if you ask, but probably more than 80%, will oppose anything that will require or allow Palestinians to have their own state, because we already see what they can produce. Death and killing and murdering. That's all. So once finally the Israelis woke up to the reality that we're dealing with people who don't want to live next to you, but they want to live instead of you, now it's easier to fight. It's easier also for a government to make decisions, and it's easier for the military to do its job. And look, it's not the end of our story here. We are promised that God brought us over here not to kick us out again. We know that we belong here. This is our country. We have the history here. I posted today on Telegram a video clip of Golda Meir from the 70s that you must watch and share. I'm going to keep you posted, but again, the headline of this update is Israeli special forces raided the depth of Gaza, killed terrorists, and collected some clues and hints regarding the whereabouts of the kidnapped people. Okay? Again, we're expecting a night that is very, very, very violent. And if you just joined this right now, remember, when I got online here and you could hear the takeoff of the F-16s, Israel is about to destroy northern Gaza completely ahead of our ground operation that will probably start once we're ready. And again, U.S. forces are here. Another U.S. carrier is going to leave America on next week and arrive in the shores of Israel by the end of the month. So by the end of the month, Hezbollah will know that there are 2 aircraft carriers here, 2 of them with few squadrons of F-18s and F-16s, and also F-14s. So they understand it's not what they banked on. The Hezbollah was banking on 2 things. America is leaving the Middle East, and they also banked on surprise. Well, none of the 2 is now the reality. Israel is on its highest alert, and U.S. forces are at sea, in the air, and on the ground here. So, and by the way, it's very unusual. Even in Yom Kippur War, American troops, American carriers were not here. The U.S. helped us with a lot of equipment and other things, but what we see today is unprecedented. So we're thankful, and I think that I hear some of the planes returning back to their base. But again, as of now, incidents in the north are not yet evolving into a war with Lebanon. I think Hezbollah is deterred mostly by the fact that Israel is ready and America is here. But as far as Hamas is concerned, we are not going to stop until we eradicate them. So I'll keep you posted only on Telegram. You know, I cannot do that. And by the way, on Instagram, what I try to do for those of you who don't have Telegram, I put stories on Instagram with the main stories, with the main events. But again, if you want to get news 24/7, download Telegram messengers, find my channel. Again, we just crossed 400,000 subscribers, which is great because a lot of people are exposed to the reports. Please, please, please keep praying for Israel. We haven't even started yet. I mean, there was a shock. We finally back on our feet, and we turned the wheel, and now we are on the offense. But it's just the beginning. We are still awaiting days and weeks of very fierce battles. And the big question is, will the other Iranian proxies from Lebanon and Syria start an all-out war? That's a question. It can happen tomorrow, it can happen tonight, it can happen a week, 2 weeks. But they also do their own calculations based on the fact that it's not Israel alone here. They're messing up with U.S. forces that are here, in the air, in the ground, and at sea. But I'll keep you posted. Thank you. God bless you. Please share this with as many as you can. Thank you. God bless you, and Shabbat Shalom from Galilee.